You are listening to the Creative Talks podcast, presented by the Architectural Authority magazine.
So that's been at the forefront. The quality of the product has been, we test everything before it comes out of the factory, and it's built to last 20 plus years. So that's where your differentiator comes in with us, and still being American made, right? Manufactured, manufacturing facilities in the US. And so we really try to keep our standard very, very high in terms of quality. And that's where I think that's for most people what they expect and what they enjoy out of our product the most, because they know, hey, I have these amazing kitchen appliances that are going to last the entire lifespan of their kitchen. You have your everything Sub-Zero. I like to say easiest way, Sub-Zero is cold, Wolf is hot, and then Cove is cleaning.
This video is brought to you by the Stones & More Group, a leading wholesale distributor with over 2 decades providing top-quality porcelain, ceramic, slabs, mosaics, panels, and building materials, crafted to transform any space.
Welcome back to Creative Talks, the podcast where we dive into the minds and stories of the people shaping the world of design, innovation, and creativity. Today, we're taking things into the kitchen with a guest from one of the most iconic names in high-end appliances, Sub-Zero, Wolf & Cove. Joining me is Ashley Rojas, a passionate trade representative for Sub-Zero Group Florida, covering the Miami and Gulf Coast regions. Since joining the company in 2018, she's been instrumental in building strong partnerships with architects, kitchen designers, and interior designers, driving brand awareness through immersive trainings, chef-led experiences, and showroom events that bring the Sub-Zero Wolf & Cove story to life. Her work blends education, experience, and strategy to deepen product knowledge and foster lasting loyalty across the design community. Beyond her professional expertise, Ashley brings a wonderful personal story, one that bridges her Midwestern roots in Iowa and her Colombian heritage. She's a marketer at heart. She loves good wine, great coffee. She's also a mom with another one on the way. And we'll be talking about the intersection of design, culinary culture, brand storytelling, and how the brand continues to set standards for timeless performance and design. So let's get started. Welcome to Creative Talks, Ashley.
Thank you so much, Cindy. I'm happy to be here.
I'm very happy that you're here because we've been talking about this for a while. We finally made it happen before you went on maternity leave.
We've got about 2 more months.
Right about time.
Yes.
So today we're going to explore a little bit of the brand DNA and also something that is happening right now, which is the kitchen design contest. So we'll get there. I would like to start by you telling me the story behind Sub-Zero.
Yeah.
Because then it added more options or categories. So just tell me all about it.
Yeah. So I think for me, one of the things that drew me to the company itself is the story behind Sub-Zero. So Sub-Zero as a company started in 1945. So we are actually, it's a really big year for us this year because we're celebrating our 80th anniversary as a company.
Wow, 80 years.
80 years. So it's really exciting because you don't hear that much anymore. And it's still a family-owned business, so that's fantastic. Third generation.
And the first generation is still around?
So they're on to the third into the fourth generation.
Okay,
so yeah,
wow.
so back in the 40s it started. And really the company started out of a labor of love. Our founder, Westy Bakke, he had a son who was diabetic. And at that time in the 40s, as you can imagine, it wasn't like now where you have a CVS or a Walgreens on every corner where you can run and go get insulin and bring it back, on a daily basis. So at that time, it was very difficult to get insulin. And so, he had challenges with that and said, there's got to be a way that we can keep this safely at home.
The medicine.
Yes. Yep. Exactly. And so he started tinkering literally in his basement in Wisconsin and created.
He never did appliances before.
No.
That was his.
Yeah, so he started tinkering in the basement with building a freezer unit, and out of that came the Sub-Zero Freezer Company.
Wow.
And so the idea, obviously, he needed something to keep the insulin at sub-zero temperatures, which is where the name came from. And from there, it's obviously expanded greatly into the 3 different brands under the same umbrella. But yeah, so it started with Sub-Zero back in the 40s. We still have the manufacturing facility in Wisconsin. Our corporate headquarters is still in Wisconsin. And we do have another manufacturing facility in Arizona. So that's kind of, how it started, and it's just grown significantly since then.
Incredible.
Yes.
So, I bet you've been to all the showrooms around the US,
Not all of them, a few of
most
them.
of them.
So every year we something that I find really neat is that the family and the company and everyone corporate wide is very accessible. So every year we go on a trip. The trade representatives, the territory sales managers, we learn about new things that they're doing, about the innovation center that was actually created a few years ago. And so we get to have access to be able to share our ideas, to talk about what the trade is talking about in our markets, discuss those ideas, what's going on, what people like, what they don't like. And so we do get to go to the factory every year in
Nice.
Wisconsin. And then some years we get to go to Goodyear, Arizona as well, where the other factory is. And just to see the factory floor, to see how everything is manufactured, learn about the process of it.
Must be fascinating. Yeah.
It's really incredible. It's something, it makes you appreciate the company that much more because you see how hard everyone works,
Right.
how perfectly everything is, how the extent of the testing that goes into every single one of the products.
Incredible.
And so that's very neat. So I've been to both of the factories, and then we have showrooms in all the major markets in the United States. So think Chicago, New York, Atlanta. I've been to a few of those: Atlanta, Charlotte. Where else have I been? Costa Mesa in California.
Is there one that is your favorite?
Um,
They all invite like kitchen designers
they
to
do.
build it, right?
Yeah. Well, so actually, so we have one gentleman, which ties back to the kitchen design contest, that builds out all of our showrooms in the United States. And he actually,
He does a
our
great
owner,
work.
I mean, it's absolutely stunning. He does a fabulous job, incorporating the style of the market,
Right.
and the timing, right? So, when we open up something new, obviously Miami is our newest showroom, location. And because of the way the market is in Miami, it's the most contemporary feel to it, right? So, he makes sure to incorporate the style of the city, and what's going on, what's trending, but also
So,
not too Sub-Zero as a company. We don't really, um, it's not trendy, if you
you
will.
don't
It's more,
follow
yeah, we
trends.
don't follow it in that sense. We really build for generations, and we try to make sure that everything will last the lifespan of a kitchen, which, as you know, is about
Yeah.
15 years before
Right.
somebody wants to
I was
remodel,
gonna
maybe
say
20
15,
years.
20.
Yep,
Mhm.
exactly. So we want to make sure that everything lasts that long, and we're not getting, too trendy with certain colors or certain things that maybe are really neat now, but in 5 years,
Right.
people will get sick
It
of
will
it. So we
be
try to build
outdated.
our products for a generation, to be able to enjoy.
So how's the training process? There's so much technical information that you need to know. First, I want to know how you went to work for Sub-Zero
Yeah,
Wolf.
yeah.
How's that story?
So it's kind of funny. It goes back quite a lot. So
You were
my
in the industry?
no,
No.
nope. So I grew up in Iowa,
Mm-hmm.
and my dad is from Newton, Iowa. And if anybody knows or is familiar with Newton, Iowa, it's actually the birthplace of Maytag. Maytag Washer and Dryer Corporation.
Okay.
They do refrigeration and a bunch of other things. But that is where Maytag was headquartered forever. And so my father did promotional advertising for Maytag. Um, and did work for them for many years. I had family members that worked for Maytag. So appliances were always kind of in
In
my
your
background.
family.
Yeah, they were just kind of there. And so I knew a little bit more than the average person would know about appliances. And
You would
um
know to appreciate a washer,
exact
which nobody takes
100,
a look.
yes, no one
Yeah.
thinks
It
about it, but
happens to me because I used to sell also plumbing fixtures
ah,
and toilets, so I can love a toilet
yes,
because
exactly.
I know all the
Yep.
functionality.
You
Yeah,
learn
yeah,
to
yeah.
appreciate the little
Yeah.
things. And so that's kind of where, like, it's always been in the back in the background, I guess. And then when I went to college, I studied marketing. And from that, I never thought, my dad is always in sales, and I was like, no, it's just not for me. It's, you have like, my dad has such a big personality, and I just don't have it that
You
way.
do.
Not like him.
What
If
are
you
you
met him,
saying?
you would see like, oh my gosh, he's just like the life of the party always. And so I was like, no, but marketing is cool. I like that. So I went the marketing route, and I did marketing and brand management for a handful of years for a few different companies, hotel. So it was, different industries. And then, I found out that Sub-Zero was opening a showroom in Miami. And so I applied. It was something that I'm like, oh my gosh, this is really cool. Although I live in Miami and I love Miami, I also still have my roots are in Iowa. They're very
Right.
Midwestern. People are very kind. They're very nice, in the Midwest. And so I
And you
like
get to
that.
travel there,
Yes, and I get
with
to
the
yeah,
position.
exactly.
So
So it
it
was
was
just it
perfect.
was kind of perfect because it made it brought me back. It brought me back to the
Mm-hmm.
Midwest, and so there's a lot of Midwesterners that we work with. Obviously, everyone from corporate is there, and so it was appealing. The company itself, because I also know the company is a fabulous
Right.
company, and so and I liked the fact that it was still family owned, and there was just so many things, and so I said, okay, let me apply and see. And I got the job, and back in 2018, so I started in the showroom, as a consultant there,
Mm-hmm.
and that was really fun. But
Which showroom? The one in
in the
Design
design district,
District?
yep,
Same.
yep. So I started there, and I worked in the showroom for about 2 years before I took this field position, which is working with trade. So it's a trade representative. Working with designers, interior designers, as you said,
Mhm.
architects, and so I'm out and about. So I get to move around a little bit more, which
So
is
you
more my
visit
style.
the firms
Yes.
and do trainings also
Yep.
at the offices.
Correct.
Because I've been to the experiences at the design center, and those are, let me tell you, I've never eaten before better
Yeah.
than at the showroom. When you have your chef cooking,
Yes.
you should
Yeah.
put a restaurant or
Our
something,
I know.
because it's the best salad,
Mhm.
shrimps. I'm
Yeah, the
remembering the last one.
variety.
That was delicious.
Yes. Yeah, they do. Our chefs do a fabulous job. It's very cool because they get to experiment with all of
Mhm.
the appliances, of course, which is they like to say, they're like, we get to work with the best appliances in the industry and experiment on different ovens and different cooking surfaces and try different recipes.
Whose
Um
idea was that? Because bringing food to the training, cooked live, is just
Yeah, I
awesome.
it's they've been doing this for quite a long time. I don't know, because as you know, like the showroom is an experimental
Yep.
center, right?
Yep.
It's there for trade, it's there for end clients to come to enjoy. And I think it's extremely smart in the sense that you get to try the food that comes out of the ovens, and you get to
Right.
see how during our demonstrations, client demonstrations, you can see how easy it can be. You become your own chef with the appliances because once you learn how to use them. Our chefs
So
joke, they're like, we're going to be out of a job if this gets any easier. And they make it easier than
yes,
than it
then it
really is.
is.
But I mean, they just do such a fabulous job, and
Great job.
it's a wonderful experience to go to the showroom.
Wonderful experience. I was gonna ask you, so we can go with our end user as well to one
You
of these experiences
Correct. So
sometimes?
yes, yep. So we have every month we have what we call our demonstrations, and those are chef led. So
Mhm.
those are for end clients. So if you have clients, or an architect has a
Yeah.
client and say, hey, they're interested in Sub-Zero Wolf, we invite them to the demonstrations because we feel, as long as it's early on, we like to invite them early on because we don't ever want to step on the designer's toes and have them see or experience things that
That are
are
not
not, that don't fit
specified.
in the design, or maybe,
Right.
hey, it's a remodel, they've got one oven, we
Mhm.
can't fit two, those kind of things. But we do invite them because it's very nice for the clients to see, understand, and hear from a chef, what are the differences between induction and gas? Like, what
Yeah.
fits for your lifestyle? Or does the convection steam oven make sense for me? Or does a speed oven make sense? So we like them to see the differences between the appliances, learn about them from the chefs, and then it helps them make the decision on what fits their lifestyle and what fits
Totally.
their kitchen.
It really helps us because when they give us the job to do their dream kitchen, we try to like be careful on the budget.
Mhm.
But once they fall in love with all the functions, with everything they can do, like it's a really a place where they should invest,
Yep.
because it's where we spend most of the time. It's the heart of the house.
It's the heart of the home. Yes, that's what
It's
we
the heart of the
say.
home. So it's for us, it's a very good tool to convince the client,
Mhm.
look, go for the best.
Yeah, for sure. No, and it's a great place for you. I mean, we always invite trade as well to come in, and if you want to meet with your clients at our
Mhm.
showroom, we welcome that. It's a very open, easy learning space
I want
for
to tell you something that happened recently.
yeah.
I have a community of interior designers. We all chat and ask questions to one
Mhm.
another. Where can I find this? Where can I find that? And there are still some of them that don't know that there is an
A showroom.
experimental
Yeah.
showroom, that it's there for us.
Mhm.
And they asked me, where distributor can I get Sub Zero from? And I told her, just go to the showroom
Mhm.
first,
Yep.
experience everything, learn about the new collections, and then they will guide you through the
Yes.
distributors.
Correct.
Yeah. So I
Yeah.
think that's the best
That's
way to
the
go.
best. I mean, that's a perfect answer because we like to say the showroom is the best place to start. If you
Hmm.
can get clients or if you can come in as a trade, anyone in the architecture design world wants to come in, it's the best place to start to learn about everything. And from the showroom, you can branch out
Right.
and get connected with your local trade rep or your territory sales manager. They can connect you with the dealers to make sure that you're using, a dealer that makes sense for that project or that area.
Hmm.
And the same, we get a lot of people come from all over the United States or even out of the country. It's kind of our hub for South America, of course, because as you know, we have tons of people that come up. And we make sure like, hey, I need, I have a project in Denver, I have a project in South America somewhere. Can you connect me with the
South
right people?
America too.
So it's we have people that ask about that. They're hey
Hmm.
they go back and forth, or maybe what, I have a place in Miami, and they're just unfamiliar with how to make those connections, and so the showroom is the best place that will guide them in the right direction as to like, hey, who can help with your project. And so it's a wonderful place to start.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And there is a design program as well,
Yes.
happening, that for every client that we go and specify, then later we submit like where we purchase the order, and there's some gifts for us,
Yes, yes, yes.
right?
So we just started a designer referral program. So
Uh-huh.
the idea of that is what you were just saying. Oddly enough, and we try to promote it as much as we can, but there's only so much we can do. We want people to feel comfortable using the showroom and sending their clients in. So it's kind of in the testing phase,
Uh-huh.
because we just started it, and so the idea is just to get people more familiar with our showroom, promote the showroom as a place to come and learn about the appliances and help have the consultants help them select the products that fit for them. So yeah, so it's new for us, but we're trying to figure out if hey, is this a way that we can get people to think more of like, oh, you know what, yes, I should send them into the showroom.
Yeah. So
um
it can be without the designer. The designer can send the
Correct.
client just to
Yes, yep.
explore,
You just
and
you let
somebody
us.
in we let you
Correct.
know.
You let us know. Yes. So you let us know, hey, I have this client interested in Sub-Zero Wolf. Can I make an appointment for them? So we love for people to make appointments because I'm sure like, hey, I just have one question. And that
Right.
one question, just like a remodel, like, oh, I'm
Right.
just gonna change the light, and then all of a sudden the light turns into the mirror, turns
Yeah.
into the vanity, and then
Right.
everything is redone. So we like to make those appointments because clients typically, when they come in and they see everything, they tend to open the door to more questions. And they, want to learn, oh, what's that product over here?
Yeah.
What does this do? What, I didn't know you had a coffee machine. So
It's best for them to see all the potential that everything they
correct.
can get for their kitchen,
Yeah.
and they
Yes.
make the decision.
Yes, for
I
sure.
ask you all these questions because our audience is a lot of
Yeah.
designers.
Yeah.
So sharing is caring, and I'm
Yeah.
giving you this information.
Yes.
So
No,
run
thank you.
to the showroom.
Yeah.
You want to say the address?
Yeah, it's 3711
Hmm.
Northeast 2nd Avenue. and we are on the second floor. So you
Right
have
in the
to
heart of the design
right in the heart of the
district.
design district, above iColts.
We need to make an
It's
appointment though.
yes, we prefer appointments. You can if hey, someone's in town last minute, most of the time we can accommodate them, but we only have a few consultants.
Right.
And
So for the best experience, it's better
yes,
to let you
we
know,
prefer.
because there's always also access that you give downstairs. It's not like a
Yes.
walking
No,
retail
yeah,
store.
yep, it's you can hey, I saw the showroom, I want to come up. But it just again, it typically it's not usually a 5-minute thing. It's our consultations are about 2 hours.
Wow.
Yeah, they take a long time because people want to like I said, it opens like when you see everything,
Yeah.
people get really excited and they want to learn about, what else do you have? What other options can you show me? Wall
So
ovens
you
versus
go over
ranges.
also finishes, colors,
Yes. Models
everything.
and styles, correct, and sizes mainly, because we have a huge variety of, especially like just in Sub-Zero alone, you have French door models, you have side-by-side models, you have columns, I mean, there's so much that goes
So
into
much.
it.
I know.
So
So
when,
much.
yeah,
It's a whole world.
it is. I had an experience this week where someone said, hey, can you help me? I'm doing a remodel. Can you suggest some appliances or the styles? And I said, you know what? I really suggest you go into the
You
showroom
go, right.
because I think it's the best place to
It
start.
also needs, you have to take in consideration the style of the kitchen that
Yes.
you're going for. You have some appliances that are more to fit on a farmhouse,
Correct.
a modern, so it's better to go
Yes.
explore.
Yeah. And you get to see, like, physically touch and feel, open them, look at the depth, look at the width of everything. So it's I think it really helps people. And I spoke with this person today and she said, thank you so much for sending me in.
Hmm.
I learned so much more than I thought even existed in the kitchen space. So it's really a great place to go and see all of the possibilities that you have for a
Hmm.
kitchen.
And one of the things that I learned from one of these sessions, it wasn't for that. It was it was about collections, new styles, and then I learned about the kitchen design
Mm.
contest. And guess what? I won a prize. So I was so excited about it that I told Ashley, let's talk about it in the podcast, because there's still time for designers
Yes.
to jump in and submit their projects. What happened is that you specify projects since 2024, right?
Yes. So the current contest runs from any project completed in 2024 or 2025
Okay.
calendar year. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, in my case, I had 3 projects. It
Yeah.
includes barbecue areas,
Mm-hmm.
the bar area. So those are extra
Yes.
submissions. So
Correct.
it gives you a lot of
Yeah.
possibilities to win, to compete, to be seen.
Mm-hmm.
Or tell me about that
Yeah. So
contest.
the kitchen design contest is something that we promote. It's always going on, right? So it's 2 years always. So this one happens to be, like I said, 2024, 2025
Hmm.
calendar year. But what's really cool about the kitchen design contest is that it's been going on for over 30 years. So
Wow,
yes, so since 1993. And we have celebrated over 15,000 design professionals in
incredible!
this
And
contest.
yet, I just learned about
Yeah.
it.
See, and that's what, there's only one of me in Miami, right? So there's a few of us trade reps in Florida. But we only can reach so far. So
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
something that we're constantly trying to bring up. And have I told you about it? Is it something that you want to learn
And the
about?
submission starts in August, somewhere in
So
August.
that you could actually, I think they start about halfway through that first year.
Hmm.
But it's very early on. Like we
Hmm.
know that most people are not going to submit that
Yeah,
first year.
until the end.
Exactly, until the very end. So what you won is just an early entry, right? So
Hmm.
we're trying to get people to submit their projects early because it gives the judges more time to see your project, more time to, calmly review it. But also it doesn't, overwhelm them that last month, which is when 90% of the people submit.
I was
um
telling you behind before we started the project that I felt like I was nominated for an Emmy when I got the email. I was so excited.
Yes. No. It's exciting. It's
Yeah.
very fun.
It's very fun.
I know we spoke about it, but there's so many different ways to win.
Mhm.
But yeah, so you can submit already throughout this year. The last day that you can submit is January 31 of 2026. So that's when we
Oh,
close
wow.
it, right? So we close it
So we
out.
still have a whole
You
year
still
where
have
we can add
no,
more
not
kitchens.
you
No.
have what are we in October? So you have November, December, and January. Because it'll
Okay.
be January of this
30.
coming.
Okay.
Yes. Yep.
3 months. 3
Yes,
months.
you have 3 months
do
to
it.
submit. But that's when. So January is when, like I said, 90% of people submit them.
Right.
But we would love if you could submit before that because there's potential to win different prizes. For example, if you submit, so you are in the running as
Mhm.
well for if you submit before December 1st, we're doing a local award. Or a raffle rather, where we put you in, put your name in the hat for a to win an under counter unit. So either under counter wine unit or a dishwasher, for example. So you could potentially win that
And
as
there
well.
were other wins like first time contestant.
Yes.
I don't know. There were several
Yes,
categories
there's a lot
that gives
of
you a lot of chances.
correct. There's a lot of different, and so those categories. So those categories are the big ones, and that's what goes into our global the gala right at the end. So that's
Mhm.
if you are a finalist.
How many make it to the gala?
I believe it's 45.
Okay.
So
It's a good number. It's a
worldwide.
big
Yes, it's
number.
a big number.
I thought it was gonna be 3.
No. It's a big number.
45,
It's a
big number.
whole gala. I have not had the opportunity to experience it yet. I was supposed to go last year, and baby number 1 came like 2 weeks before. So,
Oh, wow.
one of my
When is it
coworkers.
usually?
So they usually do it in September, October.
Okay.
And last time it happened to be kind of local for us.
So you'd be able to go.
So
this
yes,
time.
I hope so. Yeah, next
Yeah.
year. If I get someone in my territory. But last year they did the gala at the Breakers in West Palm.
Okay.
So what's really cool about the gala is that they take you. You get to go on a trip to this gala. And meet other amazing design professionals from all over the world. The finalists, you get to meet all the other
From
finalists.
all over the world.
All over the world,
contest
yep.
is worldwide.
It is
Wow, I
worldwide.
thought it was nationwide.
No, it's worldwide.
Oh my God.
So we've had people from Australia, from Canada.
Amazing.
It's yeah. So it's really cool because you get to meet all of these amazing design professionals, which by the way can be of course architects, kitchen designers, interior designers. You have that gamut of trade professionals.
Mhm.
And so the finalists get to go to a beautiful 5-star resort. Typically they do an entire 2 or 3 day, I think it is, event, if you will, where you get to go and have dinner with all of these finalists, learn about their projects. They really make you feel like a superstar.
Wow, yeah, it's
So
like the Oscars
yeah,
night.
yeah, it's very, very cool. It's a beautiful experience. And what's really nice about it too is that you not only you get to go on this to this gala, but the recognition that you get
Yes,
afterwards. And
definitely. I've seen your last year's winner. I
Mhm.
saw the banner
Yeah.
at the showroom.
Yep.
She is there.
Yes.
It was Bipila
Vipila,
Design.
yes, Vipila won.
Uh-huh.
She was our finalist at the last contest. So we had what's kind of cool and new for this year, we had one finalist. And now we, as Florida, as a region, we get to have 2 actually. So
Awesome.
now we get 2 finalists, guaranteed finalists for the contest. And then we also, what's really nice is that we do 10 regional finalists. So even if you don't make it to the global finalist, you get to, we take the top 10 rated kitchens or designs rather. And we do an awards night, a local awards night. We take you
Wow.
out for a really nice dinner, set up awards. We talk about the design. I mean, the people that went the last time, they said it was a wonderful experience. They felt super special. And then of course we ask you, hey, would you like us to post this on our Instagram,
Right.
on our social media channels?
There's a book, I believe.
And there's a book that they made
That's
for the final.
awesome.
They really do. They go above and beyond for everyone, because we know that submitting something like this for you as a trade professional, it takes time, it takes energy. You have to have photography, you answer a few questions about it. And so we want to make sure then to recognize the effort that you put into it.
No, it's a beautiful initiative. It takes our work
Yeah.
to a whole new level. It's wonderful. I remember from submitting that you keep your name undisclosed.
Correct.
So there's no like Blue by Cindy didn't apply.
No.
They make it very fair, I would
Yes,
say.
it's 100%. So one of the things that I always tell people, even if you've submitted in the past and you haven't won, continue to submit. Submit every
Okay, the
year.
same that you
Not
did.
the same project, because it has to be
Okay.
within those 2 years that it was
Mhm.
completed, but continue to submit your projects that you have because
So the same designer, you mean?
yes, the
You can
same
repeat.
yes, correct. Yep. So you let's say in
Next time
2026,
I'll
yeah,
do it
you
again
have
for sure.
yeah, you have a project in 2026 that you love that was beautiful. You
Uh-huh.
can submit that for the next contest. And the reason I tell people to keep trying is because, like you said, it's a completely blind contest.
Mhm.
So it goes through a vetting process, and the person that vets it makes sure that there's no company information, that there's nothing on there that shows that it's from you. That way, it's completely fair.
Mhm.
And we don't have the judges. Oh, I know that this person's
Yeah.
design. I know who it is, right? So we make sure that everything is cleared in that sense. And then also the judges change every contest. So what's
Okay.
really neat about that is,
I was gonna ask you about the
yeah,
judges. Who
they
are they?
yes. So the judges are past winners.
Okay.
Right. And so they have submitted, like we had an event recently where the judge for this year, she's a past winner, but she was explaining, which I thought was really neat. She said, I have submitted multiple times and won nothing. I've submitted and I've won regionally. I've submitted and then I finally won globally. So
Wow.
she just kept submitting all of her Sub-Zero Wolf projects.
It
And
becomes like a career mission.
yeah,
I'm gonna win
yes,
it.
you're gonna win
Yeah.
exactly. And so she's now a judge, and what I think is really cool about the fact that they change all the time or every contest is that everybody has different opinions on
Right.
or ideas of what they like, what they don't like,
Yeah.
what they think is beautiful or unique. And so with that, maybe you have a certain style that it didn't win this contest, but the next one there's a judge that says, "Wow,
That
this is
loves it.
really amazing. I love
Yeah.
the creativity and the attention to detail." And and so you just never know what the judges are going to think. And then they get together, they rate all of them. So every single judge looks through every single
Project.
entry, and then they rate them, and then they go in and they fight for them,
Oh
right? And
wow.
so it's really cool because they get together and they get together for a whole week,
Wow.
and they talk
To
about them.
deliberate.
Yeah, literally, they just say, "Hey, this is my number one," and maybe somebody else rated, this one rated it a 10 and this one rated it a 3. And then they say, what
They
do you mean?
fight
Like,
for
what
it.
happened here? Why would you? No, I didn't like this or that. But, or maybe
The
someone
narrative is important as well
it
because
is.
I saw there were deep questions about
Yeah.
how the design came.
Yes.
I took a lot of time
Mhm.
answering them because
Yes.
I liked the
Yeah.
questions.
And it's important. I had someone talk about that, and they said, "Hey, I submitted a kitchen and it had the refrigerator on one side of the kitchen and the freezer on the other." And there were some judges that said, "That's super
Doesn't
weird. Like,
work.
it just doesn't work. I don't like the way that this was laid out." But they didn't, one of them
Read
didn't read through the
the
explanation
reasons.
very well. Or, there's just so many sometimes. And there was one lady that, one judge that said, "I read every little detail." And she said, "No, no, no. They wrote in their explanation that the client specifically requested that. They had it
Mhm.
over there because they never use the freezer. They had to have a freezer in there, of course, but they just never use it, so they didn't want it taking up the primary space." And so they said, "Okay, there's nothing that you can do if a client,
Right,
requests that,
exactly.
then okay."
It's
And
another
so,
challenge for us,
oh, for
actually.
sure, it
Yeah.
has to be very challenging for you guys to
Yeah.
make something really beautiful when you have, a
Certain
client dictate, yeah,
limitations and yeah.
limitations and kind of saying like, "Hey, but I like this," when it might not be your preference.
Right. There has to be someone also from Sub-Zero Wolf and Cove as a judge because then you can also check the criteria of the appliances?
So
Or
that's kind of where the vetting process comes in
Okay.
first. So someone from Sub-Zero vets it and makes sure that, again, there's no company information on there. There's
Mhm.
nothing. And also, we have
we also
certain
have to,
criteria.
yes,
Exactly.
like 3 or 4 minimum, things
Correct.
like
So
that.
there's different criteria for every category. And so that person, what they do is they go through and say, okay, here's, the one under counter unit and there's the second one. Or, they make sure that the basic criteria is met, which is different for every category. Because in the different categories that we have, the 3 big ones are traditional, transitional, and contemporary. So those
Yeah.
3. So those are the big ones. Those are the ones where you get first prize, for example, is $35,000 that you win.
Wow.
So it's big cash prizes. Over the lifespan of the contest, they've awarded over $2 million.
That's incredible.
So it's very, very cool because
They
it's
take it very seriously.
yeah, they do for sure.
Yeah.
And so those are the bigger categories that have certain requirements of how many pieces, the piece count of Sub-Zero Wolf. And then you have smaller categories, if you will, or outside the kitchen categories. I know you mentioned. So if you have, one home with maybe a gym or a movie room or a outdoor bar area, you
Yep.
have different spaces within
In the
the
same home.
same home that you could submit different projects to.
Right.
Even though they're in the same home. So it
Yeah,
just,
that's
you could
incredible. It
submit
gives
different.
us more chances.
Yeah.
And in my case, I am going to be fast and do a photo shoot because I have a traditional kitchen. I submitted my contemporaries,
Yeah.
but
Okay.
there's one that hasn't been photographed, and
Okay.
I know I still have time. So
Yeah.
you too, run and take pictures of your projects, submit them,
Yes, please.
because it's worth it.
Yes, it
The
is. And
whole
again,
experience.
you just never I mean, I've heard it many times where people say, I submitted this and I never thought I had a chance of winning, and they end up winning. Because maybe what seems to be
Like another kitchen.
yeah, another kitchen for you. Oh, it's just another, it's
It's
something that you
something.
do on, every year, or
Yep.
it's just, doesn't seem that unique to you, might be very unique or
Yep.
different for someone else,
Yes.
or for the judges, right?
I've seen the past winners, and they're gorgeous
Yeah.
kitchens.
Yes.
They're all different styles, so they
Completely.
don't pick just one
Yeah.
style, so it's great.
They do, yeah, and you can find all of those, which is kind of fun. As I mentioned, so we obviously ask like, hey, would you like to be on our social media channels, on our website? So you can see all the past winners on our KDC on the website. There's
Yep.
on the website, if you go in, there's a little tab that says trade
Yep.
trade at the top. And then when that drops down, you can go to kitchen design
Yeah.
contest.
And that's the same link to enter.
Correct.
To enter the projects.
Yeah, so you would go right into that trade little drop down, go into kitchen design contest. And then what's really nice about that page is that there are videos on why to enter, how to, there's information on how to enter. All of the rules are there as well. The different categories are there, so you can see them. The past winners are there.
Yeah.
So you also get to see like the different gala locations that they've had for next year. We're very excited because it's going to be in at the Biltmore in Arizona.
Yes, I
So
saw that.
yeah, we get to
Hope to be there.
Yes, I hope so. I hope to be there with you.
Great. So that's all about the kitchen
Mhm.
design contest. Just don't waste any more time and
Yeah,
sign in.
please.
And let's talk, because we're running out of time.
Okay.
Unfortunately. Let's talk about how Wolf and Cove started with Sub-Zero.
Yeah, for sure.
Was
So
incorporated.
yes. So as you know, now obviously we started Sub-Zero back in 1945. We continued on with that, and in 2000 is when Wolf came about. So we've gradually, expanded more and more into the kitchen. And we so Wolf is a commercial brand of range. And so we started with that, and we have the residential side of Wolf, right? And so we, it started with a range, and then it grew from there. So now, as you know, we have ranges, we have wall ovens, we have coffee, we
Everything.
have cooktops, gas and induction. It just continued to grow and grow.
And the whole idea was to make it stand out, because it's an appliance. I mean, it's different than the rest.
Yes.
from the knobs, everything, the
Yep.
hardware.
Yeah. So
There's a lot of design in there.
there's a lot of design. There's, it's the design. That's where that kitchen design contest came in. The design is very important to our company, to our owners.
You must have a big design
So there's a whole innovation
department.
center. Exactly. Yeah. There's a whole innovation center. Engineers. There's so many people behind what we do that make it happen. Right. So we're out here, seeing the end product, but to make all of that happen is just incredible because they really, as I mentioned, they test everything. There's so much that goes into the background of it, but the idea is the main thing I think that for us as a company is never wavering on the quality of our product. And so that's been at the forefront. The quality of the product has been, we test everything before it comes out of the factory. And it's built to last 20 plus years. So that's where your differentiator comes in with us. And still being American made, right? Manufactured, manufacturing facilities in the US. And so we really try to keep our standard very, very high in terms of quality. And that's where I think that's for most people what they expect and what they enjoy out of our product the most, because they know, hey, I have these amazing kitchen appliances that are going to last the entire lifespan of their kitchen. And you have an amazing set of appliances that you can do so much with. Wolf, as we mentioned, expanded into so much. The coffee is just fabulous. The steam oven is amazing. So there's vacuum seal drawers. There's everything that you could need in the kitchen. And then in 2018 is where Cove came along. So it was the last piece.
Probably was requested because everybody wanted to have the whole line.
Correct. So that was the thing. It just, that was the one missing piece of the kitchen. And so in 2018, which is when we opened our showroom in Miami, that's when Cove came out. So it was kind of perfect timing because we launched Cove that year. And we were able to complete the kitchen package, if you will. So we have, you have your everything Sub-Zero. I like to say easiest way, Sub-Zero is cold, Wolf is hot, and then Cove is cleaning, right? So you have that last piece, cleaning up everything in the kitchen to a very high standard, making sure that everything is, it's such a simple in the sense you think like, okay, a dishwasher, it should be, it should clean and it should dry, but a lot of dishwashers don't do either one very well.
Yeah. Tell me about it.
Right?
Yeah. Or they get damaged really easily.
Yes, they do. So that was kind of the idea, is to build, a really amazing dishwasher that does the things that it should be doing. And so that's where Cove came in. And so we completed that kitchen. And it has, it's a specialist in its category, which is cleaning. And that's why we have the 3 different brands, because they are specialists in their category. So Wolf is a specialist in cooking.
Is there a plan to go to the laundry or no?
I don't know of any plan. I've had that question before.
I wouldn't be surprised.
But yeah, not that I've heard of any. I've heard nothing of that sort. But but yeah, it's you never know. You never know.
Before we leave, I want to ask you, how would you describe your own kitchen using the appliances that you love the most? So you can tell us models.
Yeah.
Just drive me through your kitchen.
Like dream kitchen?
Your dream kitchen.
Okay. So
would you do panel fridge or no? Or you like to see the industrial look?
It's funny because I have I mean, I don't have my dream kitchen, because my dream kitchen would be a lot larger than what it is, but I have all of our appliances in my kitchen. Okay. And I love what I have. I think it's a perfect combination, but it's so I have stainless steel, but I like that, the differentiation of it, but I also love, having those panel ready, it's spectacular. Yeah, so
it is.
Kind of, I think it depends on where the kitchen is and how big it is, and there's a lot of factors, but the refrigeration, it just does such a stellar job at keeping food fresh. That is my number one. Like, it just, especially now with a little one at home and another one, having blueberries and spinach and all of these things stay fresh for so much longer because of the air purification process and everything in the refrigerator. That's my number one, for sure. And then from there with Sub-Zero, I would say the wine, as you mentioned. I love wine.
Okay.
I'm ready for my glass in January.
So you
But
have a little wine cooler
so I
in the
have wine.
kitchen?
Yep, I have wine in the kitchen. If you really enjoy wine, you understand that the proper humidity and temperature
Mhm.
it makes a huge difference in the flavor profile of wine. So making sure that it's at the right temperature is important. And so our wine units do exactly that. So having wine in the kitchen, I like to entertain. I love having family and friends over, so that's important for me.
Good.
And hand in hand goes with the coffee. So then if you move over to Wolf, like I have our coffee machine.
Okay.
And I absolutely love it. Like smelling freshly ground coffee in the morning is spectacular. You can make cappuccinos, macchiatos, lattes, whatever you want for friends or family that are coming over for breakfast or
That's
brunch.
awesome. There's even a drawer where you can put your cup while
So
it's being brewed.
our cup warmer has been discontinued.
Oh,
I know, I
okay.
know. But the new machine, what's really nice is it does have a little place actually where you can warm up a cup back behind. So
Okay.
when you pull it open, there's a little fan
Nice.
that can warm it up. So that's kind of nice. But yeah, so the coffee is huge. I being half Colombian, it's been a
Yeah.
part of my life forever. So I have the coffee machine. And then from there, the convection oven. So I have an M series oven. I love the red knobs. Red is probably
Mhm.
one of my favorite colors. So for me, I went with red because I
That's
said
iconic
it's
from
iconic. It's
yeah.
iconic for us. It's something that when people see like, oh my gosh, okay,
Yeah.
they see the red knobs, they immediately know that it's
That
us.
is a wolf.
And so for me, I went with the red because I like that pop of red in the
Nice. You
kitchen.
have gas?
I have so electric ovens,
Uh-huh.
and then I have an induction cooktop. So
Okay.
no gas in
No
my
gas.
building. They don't have it. So I went with the
But
induction.
if it was your dream, would you do gas or
I love the look of it,
uh-huh.
and I love for me I love the range top. I think it's amazing
Yes,
because you
it's
have the
beautiful.
grill or griddle options. I love the griddle. I think the griddle is fabulous, but for my current timing and my current lifestyle at the moment, I need something easy to clean, and the induction is
Okay.
just it's spectacular. You
Great.
can 3 minutes, 4 minutes after using it, you can clean it off and it looks brand new.
Great
Um
advice for those moms.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. Or
Yeah,
like,
because it's usually the guys who go with the gas. The
it's
guys that love to cook
yeah,
because
and
it's
it's
more
wonderful. I
manly,
mean,
right?
people love to see that flame.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. I love
It's
like I
people
said, I
that
love the
have
look of
good
it.
cooking skills.
Yes, for
Uh-huh.
sure, for sure.
Yeah.
But it for me at my current point, like I love having the
Mhm.
induction because it's so easy. It boils water insanely fast. So again, back to like my baby, okay, warming up a bottle
Right.
for his milk, it warms it up in a minute. So those things that was important for me at the time. And then the steam oven. The steam oven is just by far the number one product that I use every day. The versatility of it is unmatched. I think it does everything. You can do when I had my little one, I was using it. There's a sanitizing mode for like
Wow.
baby bottles and for all of those things. You can sanitize in there. You can put hot stones and
Vegetables
things.
as
Your
well for
vegetables are amazing because they
yeah.
come out so
I've
beautifully.
tried them. They come
Yeah.
out amazing.
Yeah, you think to yourself like what did they do to these vegetables, and really it's
Exactly.
just nothing. It's the way that they were cooked, because they're able to keep and retain their nutrient value and their color, so they look beautiful coming out, by using that steam or convection steam modes for the steam oven. It's just it does everything. It reheats your food better than any other appliance does. We had sandwiches the other day, and I was like, oh, let's just get them and we'll eat half tomorrow. And my husband, we thought it was normal, and then we ate them the next day and they were perfect. And I was like, could you imagine not having the steam oven again? And he's like, no, no,
No.
there's no way.
It's a life changer.
It is. It's a total game changer for the kitchen. So that appliance is my favorite. So I feel like I have my dream
You have it.
kitchen now,
You have it.
because I have everything that I love, and I think it makes entertaining so much more fun
Mhm.
because it becomes easier, right? You can make a beautiful cappuccino with, a push of one button.
Exactly.
And so it makes
And it makes
it more
our
fun.
cooking experience as moms
Yeah.
a lot better.
Yes.
Fancier.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. You look like our chefs always say, you become a chef, you become your own chef. Because the appliances are so user friendly and amazing that you feel more confident doing unique and different things in the kitchen that maybe you wouldn't have thought of doing before.
Well, thank you. That was a beautiful
Yeah.
description of your products, of your appliances at home. We can tell the passion that you have for the brand,
Yes.
and that's something that is really nice for us to learn from you
Mhm.
with all the lunch and learns you do. So we love to see somebody that really enjoys the brand because that's the best way to share the knowledge from
Yes.
experience.
No, you're right. You're right. We say
Yeah.
that all the time. Our best customers are people that like to cook,
Mhm.
because they really can appreciate and understand the versatility and the benefits and features of all of our products.
I want to invite you to do something with me.
Yeah.
Let's get together again when we have the finalists and winners
Yes.
from the contest.
That would be
How about
amazing.
that?
Yeah.
And we
Yeah, I would love
probably
that.
can, if they are from the US or Miami or nearby,
Yes.
we can invite some
We
of
could
them.
invite, we could
Uh-huh.
invite, so
We
we'll
can
have the
fit
2
three people.
finalists, of course.
We can have 3 people here.
A finalist on each side, and we can,
Exactly.
we can talk
And we
about their
can go over it,
experience.
what happened at the
Yeah,
contest.
perfect. I would love
So,
that.
thank you for
Yes.
coming,
Thank you
and
so
thank you
much.
guys for watching Creative Talks. Bye.
Thank you so much for listening to the Creative Talks podcast. Your 5-star reviews really help us continue what we do. Please rate your listening experience, and let's keep building this beautiful community together. For exclusive access to more design content, visit thearchitecturalauthority.com or download our app from the App Store or Google Play. Until next time, take care and keep creating.